Hmm. Huh? Huh? Okay. Wow. Okay. Yo. Got it. Hey. Huh?
想挨揍吗？看什么看？喂喂，谁呀？妈呀！可别吓得尿裤子。
Stand a chance.
Here we go.
Okay.
看我的
I'm up.
The enemy is defeated.
Killing me. Hey. Damn. Hold on. Hmm? Listen.
Hey!
You. No. Hey. Okay.
Yeah. Hey!
You.
right.
Let's go.
You're gonna die.
Cool. Yeah.
I'm not backing down.
Wanna fight?
Here we go. Use this.
Hey! I got this! Yeah! I'm up! Hey. Yo. Damn.
Hey.
Huh. Oh. Listen. What? Yo. Got a room for a party of 4?
Sir, did anyone refer you to us?
Nah, we were just passing by. Thought the place looked good.
I'm sorry, but this bar is members only. You need a referral from one of our existing customers, or from a hostess.
Really? This place doesn't look anywhere near fancy enough for all that.
Regardless of how it looks, you still need a membership to enter, so I'm afraid you'll have to leave.
Wait, can you just sign us up for the membership?
I'm not able to do that either. And may I ask, are you with the police?
What makes you think that?
I've been in this job long enough to know a cop when I see one. Is our establishment under suspicion of anything?
What, like hiring illegal immigrants? Is that what you're worried about? Rest easy. We're not with police or immigration.
I hope not. But even if you aren't, rules are still rules. I can't make any exceptions. I really must ask you to leave.
Wait, didn't you say a hostess can give a referral?
That's correct. Do you know someone who works here?
No, but how about this? I will work as a hostess here, starting right now. And I'll give my referral to these 3. How about that?
Huh?
We're a Chinese pub, so our hostesses must either be Chinese or of Chinese descent.
Well, I was born in Japan, but my parents are Chinese. So rest assured, I am very much of Chinese descent, my new fellow coworker.
You sure that's true?
Isn't this decision a bit above your pay grade? And you're accusing me of lying?
Oh, I didn't mean it like that.
I hope not. Now let me talk to the manager, please. I need to tell him how you turned away a fantastic hostess, and even worse, dismissed her heritage.
Wait, I get it, okay? Let me go talk to the manager. You still have to pass an interview to be hired on a trial basis.
Of course. I'm ready when the manager is.
Are you sure about going in alone like this? It's the enemy's home base. You never know what could happen.
You guys have already been risking your lives. I'm ready to join the club. And don't worry, I can take care of myself.
All right. But be careful, will ya?
I will. I've dealt with a lot of trouble in my years of hostessing. I'll call you once I'm in.
Is this really gonna work? Well, let's have a little faith in Sachan. Hey. Okay. Hey. Okay. Cool. Weak. Let's go. Next up. Cool. Stand a chance? Yeah. Yeah. Don't get cocky. Get serious. Come up. Okay. The enemy is defeated. Yo, Adachi-san.
Hey, Kasuga. Thanks for being there during the settlement the other day.
Not a problem. Think of the story we can tell now. You playing a rich guy and me playing your secretary.
I thought it suited us perfectly, to tell the truth. Now, how about I buy you a meal? Hmm? Beef bowl sound good?
Hell yeah! Let's go to Akuushimaru. What should I get? The new special looks good, but there's also the old standby.
Come on, when someone's treating you, you gotta go with just a standard beef bowl.
Aw, man, really? Well, at least let me get a large. Huh? Adachi-san, isn't that... Takashi? Hey, Taka...
Back down, dumbass! If he sees me like this, he's gonna know I'm not rich.
Right. Didn't think about that.
Not to mention a rich philanthropist and his secretary eating at a dingy little beef bowl joint looks pretty weird. Let's get out of here before Takashi sees us.
What about the beef bowl?
Next time. Hey, that's the con man.
Hasegawa.
Okay, even though it was a bust, I still think that guy Yamada is a total sucker. We gotta try again. Okay, come on. Just keep the pen pal thing with him going for now, okay?
Okay.
Come on. We'll come up with a better plan. One that'll make us really rich.
You think the two of them could be working together?
Hey, what's going on here, Takashi?
Yamada-san?
What are you guys doing here?
Oh, we're getting beef bowls, 'cause we're broke. Now tell us what you're doing here.
You're broke?
Yeah, that's right. Mr. Yamada Moneybags was fake. I made it all up. I'm just a jobless old fart named Adachi.
Huh?
Surprise. Adachi-san was just pretending to be a high roller, so Takashi wouldn't feel bad taking his money.
And this is your way of showing thanks? By taking everything I've got?
Takashi, if I were you, I'd start apologizing. Adachi-san's not the only one getting pissed off right now.
We're the ones who need an apology. You've been lying about all this money of yours, and now it turns out you're just some bum.
You stay out of this.
No, I'm gonna fuck you up now. Messing with us and stirring up a bunch of shit? You got it coming, man.
Screw this. Time for me to kick your ass. Let's go out front.
You stand a chance?
Cool. Come on now.
I'm up!
Good fight.
God damn.
I'm so sorry.
Do you have any idea what it's been like to be me these past 20 years?
Hey, Kosuke.
Takashi-kun?
I just found this letter in my room. What's this about scraping a bumper and an out-of-court settlement? I don't remember anything about this.
Crap. I can explain.
Dude, did you pretend to be me to squeeze some money out of Yamada-san?
I'm really, really sorry, man.
Hang on a sec, you two. Let's get this cleared up.
Yeah, seriously. This letter is the one I sent to Takashi, to set a date for the settlement.
And you sent it to Takashi Kasumi, that's me.
Are you serious right now?
Then who's this?
He's my roommate, Kosuke. There was a time when we were both good students striving to become lawyers. Then Kosuke gave up on having a real career and started hanging out with some losers. My guess is they pressured him into impersonating me. He's not the type to stand up to people. Guess he would have made a crap lawyer.
Look, all I did was mention that my roommate had some sweet-ass deal where rich guy sends him money every month. Hasegawa-san's the one who came up with the scam idea. I'm really sorry.
I'd like to apologize as well, Yamada-san. Although, I guess I should just call you Detective Adachi.
What? How did you know who I was?
I've known for a while. Nobody else would have cared about me enough to support me all this time. But you fought for my father's innocence until the very end.
You know about that?
Yes. Even back then, I knew about it.
Well, then let me say now what I should have said then. I'm sorry I didn't save your dad, Takashi.
Please, don't apologize. You've already helped me make sure that nobody else will suffer like my father did. Because I passed the bar exam.
You what?
Really? You kicked that exam's ass?
I did. They announced the results yesterday.
Hot damn! That's great, Takashi! Really, really great!
I owe it all to you. All your help over the years really made a difference.
Well, if you ask me, it was worth every yen.
But I don't want to keep leaning on you, so I ask that you let your most recent gift be the last.
Sure, you don't gotta ask me twice. Even though, this time next month I might be a little sad not to help you.
Oh, then just keep sending it. After all, I could argue that you legally obligated yourself to keep doing it once you started.
What?
It's just kidding, that's not real. And I should know. I'm a lawyer.
Looks like Takashi-kun pulled a fast one on you, Adachi-san.
Yeah, just for a second there.
Nice to see a kid achieve something so big. I mean, that's some real leveling up, becoming a lawyer.
Yeah, God, Takashi must have worked his ass off. Ah, he's a good kid, all right.
Adachi-san, I think your kindness is what taught him to be good.
I don't know. Even without my money, I'm sure he would have made his dreams come true one way or another. That's just the kind of guy he is. You know, he'll be a great lawyer. He'll help a lot of people.
I think you're right about that.
Thanks for everything, Kasuga.
Come on, don't get all sentimental on me.
I mean, it's just that, you know, we've gone through some shit together, you know, but in the end, it's, you know, good times. I'm glad we met each other. I really am.
What a coincidence. I was just thinking the exact same thing.
Nice that the feeling's mutual. How about we celebrate Takashi passing the test with a drink?
Yeah, to great future lawyers and great former detectives.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Scared?
Yeah!
Stand a chance.
Cool. Show me what you got.
Yeah.
I got this.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
The enemy is defeated.
Mission apparent. Okay. Let's go. Alright.
Cool.
ってんじゃねえぞ。
バカにしてんのか？
何見てぶっ殺してやる。
Yeah. I'm up. My back is killing me.
You scared? Cool.
Let's go.
The enemy is defeated.
I'm up.
You're in it now.
You want to fight?
Yeah.
Good luck next time.
Look, there's some shepherd's purse here. Shepherd's purse? It's a weed. It's pretty good when you boil it up and put it into a broth. You can get fish mint, vetch, and mugwort from this part of town, too. Wow, you know your weeds, huh, Namba? Well, I didn't learn it overnight. Nearly killed myself a couple times. Still, I got better at telling which was which over time. Now I've got a pretty good idea of things. The more dangerous they look, the better the taste. You know, the first guy to eat sea urchin must have been a little something like you. That's not a compliment, is it? Anybody here? Hey, excuse me.
You need something?
I heard you could fix bats. Do you, work here?
Yep. I'm Sumire Sawa. I run this place, if you can believe that.
You're the manager?
What? Having second thoughts because the manager's a girl?
No, not really.
So, this what you want fixed? This bat? Looks to me like it's been sitting around for a while. It's pretty rusty, too.
Yeah, it's something I picked up. Still, it's special to me.
Hold on. This bat. Is this from the Hero series?
Huh? The hell's that?
It's a really, really rare bat that was only in production for a limited time thanks to the manufacturer going bankrupt. I can't believe I've seen one with my own eyes. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Please let me fix it. Just this once. I promise I'll make it special. I'll even do it for free.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, fixing up something as rare as this would be a dream come true. I'd be honored.
Hey, thanks.
Great! I'll get to work right away. Holy shit, let's do this!
Oh.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about. Phew.
That's some energy you got.
I used to be a bit of a punk, so I tend to get pretty riled up about stuff. Anyway, here. Thanks for waiting.
Yo, that thing looks like it's brand new!
And that's not all. To make sure it won't get all dinged up in the future, I added a special coating. That little beauty should be harder and more durable than ever.
Thanks. I'll put it to good use. You sure are talented, you know that?
Well, I definitely know how to fix things. Management's a different story, though.
Yeah, now that you mention it, this place is pretty empty. I'm guessing you haven't been getting much business.
Much? Try none at all. Nowadays, it's normal to toss clothes and things out if they're ripped or broken or whatever. People don't really get things fixed anymore. And as much as my dad tried to keep this place going, he wasn't very good at it. He wasn't good with money and got in a lot of debt. Had to sell most of our machinery to pay it off. So, pretty much all that's left is the stuff no one would buy. That limited what jobs we could take, and as a result, we kept losing more and more business.
That's rough.
But I really love this job. I love being here. My granddad, who opened this place, was a really skilled technician. He's been a constant inspiration to me, even long after he passed away. This place is all I have left of him, and I don't want to lose it. My dad may have thrown in the towel, but that doesn't mean I can't keep trying. I think I might be at my limit, though. I guess we're just in a time where we're not needed anymore. Me, or this shop.
Yeah, well, I don't know about all that. But look at it this way. You've been doing the best you possibly can. And maybe you're at rock bottom right now, but that doesn't mean you won't make it out eventually, right?
Huh?
I mean, maybe it ain't all that convincing coming from a guy who just barely got out of being homeless. But at the very least, I plan to keep coming back here to have you work on shit for me. Don't forget that, alright?
You've got a lot of spirit. Don't see that too much anymore. What's your name?
Ichiban Kasuga.
All right, Kasuga-san. If you really mean that, then you're welcome anytime. Whether it's a bat or something else, I'll make it better than new. But this time's the only free one, okay?
Yeah, sure. I'll be counting on you, Sumire-chan. Got it.
Okay.
I got this. Take your best shot.
That's better.
Let's go. Let's go.
I'm up! Yeah.
The enemy is defeated.
Mission America. Let's go. Fight. Okay. Cool. Fly. Yeah.
next time. Show me what you got. Yeah.
Ni hao, welcome.
Ni hao, welcome. Ni hao, welcome.
Whoa, pretty nice way to be greeted.
Unbelievable. Every single girl is sexy as hell. I mean, I had no idea a place like this was on Restaurant Row.
Focus, guys. We gotta find Zhang.
Hi there.
Nice to meet you. Are you having a nice evening?
Oh, yes. Thank you. Ni hao.
Hey, we were referred by a girl named Sayako.
Oh, the girl who was being interviewed just now? Someone in the VIP room requested her, so she's in there.
A VIP room?
Yeah, it's in the back. Funny how she's so popular already. She claims she was Chinese, but she's not, is she?
Oh, I think she's got some Chinese.
Nobody here believes that, sweetie.
Well, does that mean she's not getting hired?
Oh, she probably did get hired if she's in the VIP room.
But why, if she's not Chinese?
Because the rest of us don't want to go in the VIP room. That's where the owner's friends hang out. They get to have whatever type of fun they want in there. And a lot of that fun is pretty gross.
These friends, are they from the Liumang?
Yeah, they're here almost every day, harassing the girls and just being awful. There's a bald guy who's especially horrible. He's the owner's oath brother.
Bald? Is he a clean-shaven kind of big guy?
Yeah! You seen him? He's the absolute worst. None of us want to deal with him. So they gave him to Sayako. I feel bad for her.
Wait, you saying Sayako's with them right now?
Get out! No one said you could touch me, you pervert!
On the contrary, your boss said I could have my way with you.
Sunshine! You okay?
This nasty cue ball head tried to lick my armpit!
Well, that's a new one.
You know, when most guys do something I don't like, it's a kiss or a grope. Did you try licking just to throw me off?
You deal with creeps that often? Ugh.
What the fuck are you all doing in here?
We were looking for you, Shang-san.
Come for that money I took from you.
Nah, you can keep that chump change. We want you to spill some beans concerning the Yokohama Liumang.
Are you really this stupid? No one's gonna tell you stuff about the Liumang. They ain't just some street gang, idiot.
I know you're saying that just to play up your loyalty. But then again, how loyal are you really? Maybe I ought to put you to the test.
What? You wanna fight?
Not if you tell me what I need to know. If you don't, well, it's a different story. So you want to go another round? Right here?
No, I don't. But you gotta realize, if I blab to you, I am done for. They'll have my head on a stick.
They'll have your head on a stick either way.
What?
If you don't start talking, I'll tell the leader of your gang exactly how you shake down the homeless. I wonder what he'll do then.
You think you can threaten me with my own brothers?
That's a great way of putting it. Wish I would have worded it like that.
Shit. How the hell did this all happen?
It happened because you decided to dig into the pockets of some poor, helpless bums.
It's a little late for regret, don't you think?
Nah. Because I still regret going easy on you. If I'd known you'd pull this kind of shit, I would have killed you when we met. Come on, brothers! These guys think they can make a joke out of the Liumang. Kill them where they stand. Throw their bodies into the bay so the fish can eat them.
Yes, sir!
Disgusting, man. Scared? You're done!
Here we go.
Don't get caught! Cool.
World of hurt.
Watch this! I'm up!
Stop.
That's better. Come on.
Right.
Here's defeated.
Now, don't die just yet. Like I said, I have some questions for you.
Fuck you. You think I'd tell you anything?
So you want me to rat you out to your leader, then?
Wait. If I tell you, will you promise not to tell them?
Have some faith in me, will ya? I'm not an asshole.
Could have fooled me. There's no reason for me to believe you won't rat.
So now you're not telling me? Fine. It's ratting time.
Fucker!
Hey, bring the manager in here! I want to tell him how the honorable Liumang name is being used to shake down homeless guys for scraps!
Okay, I'll talk! What the hell do you want to know? The owner of the soapland? Why would Mabuchi-san want to kill that guy? I mean, the place was on Seiryu clan turf. There must be some mistake.
Yeah, it don't make sense to us either. That's why we want to ask Mabuchi himself.
You know for sure he ordered the hit?
I definitely heard people shouting Lao Ma over the phone. No doubt in my mind.
Really? Or that is what his subordinates call him.
Only his subordinates? You don't call him Lao Ma too?
Nuh-uh. I don't speak a lick of Chinese.
What? But you're Liumang.
The Yokohama Liumang was founded by my grandfather's generation, dumbass. So yeah, back then everyone spoke Chinese. But us second and third gen guys were born and raised in Japan. Granted, some of us can speak like Chinese diplomats. Some are more like Chinese toddlers. The only words they know are ni hao and zhe zhe. Hello and thank you.
But you're a Chinese citizen, right?
Yep. Good thing, too. If you're born to a pair of illegal residents in Japan, you have no citizenship at all, from any country. So then you can't even go to school. A lot of the Liumang can't even read because of that.
Reminds me of how the Yakuza used to be. Now I see why you and your brothers stick together so tight. The rest of the country doesn't accept you. Is Mabuchi illiterate too?
No. I mean, he was born poor like most of the Liumang. Right in this town, actually. But then he studied like hell, graduated from a top college, learned not only Chinese, but English and Korean. He's fucking smart, so he hangs out with a bunch of other smart guys. But I ain't one of them. I've never even spoken to him.
Know where he is now?
No idea.
What about his phone number?
Can't you take a hint, man? I am trying to tell you I don't run in the same circles as the guy.
You better not be lying.
I ain't. Seriously, I have no way of contacting him.
This chump's not even on the first rung of the ladder.
You got a pretty face, but your mouth needs work.
What a bust. We went through all the trouble of getting into this joint for nothing.
Wow. So it was for nothing that you beat me halfway to hell.
We just thought you might know something about your own boss is all.
Well, nothing we can do now.
Yeah. Guess you can scram, Zhang.
So look, I know how it goes.
How what goes?
You're just gonna rat on me anyway, right?
Huh? No, you got this all wrong, man.
Do I?
Hell yeah. We're not trying to bring you or anyone down. We just want to get to Mabuchi. And that's because he had something to do with our boss's murder. That's it. Sorry I knocked you around and all. But seriously, stop playing the victim. You're the one who did wrong anyhow.
But hey, we're not gonna kill you for it. And we don't want to see your body turn up on the evening news either.
Yeah.
Point being, you can trust us not to rat. We know you gave us as much info as you could. And we're done now, so just go home and forget this.
It's not as if I don't know anything.
What? So you do know something?
Not any personal stuff about Mabuchi-san, but I know some things about his businesses. He's got several. The largest is the Yokohama Trading Company.
Yokohama Trading Company?
Yeah, it does what you'd expect. It buys ingredients and kitchen stuff from China and sells them to restaurants here. Some of their customers are these real high-class places in Chinatown.
I thought Mabuchi hated Chinatown.
Oh, he does. This is his way of getting revenge. When he first started the company, no one in Chinatown would take a meeting with him. But his stuff was top-notch and fucking cheap to boot, so they couldn't ignore him forever. The economy was in shambles, so even the Chinatown big shots couldn't pass up good, cheap products. Eventually, they were begging to do business with a guy they'd shunned. Mabuchi-san got a kick out of that. Now they can't stay open without him.
Okay, so Yokohama Trading is his biggest venture? Well then, he probably stops in to check on it every now and then, wouldn't you say?
Maybe. But I used to work there part-time, and I never saw him once.
You worked there?
Yeah. Their warehouse is on the other side of Hamakita Park. I was in the warehouse, unloading boxes from the ships that came in from China. Did that for about a month, and never saw Mabuchi-san.
You got a job and stayed just 1 month?
What, you expected consistency from a guy like this?
Shut up! You two don't know shit! Loading freight's exhausting!
Hey guys, what if we all got jobs at the Yokohama Trading Company?
But Zheng said Mabuchi might not ever show up.
Yeah, that's true, but it's the only lead we have right now.
And even if he doesn't show up, hell, we might find something that leads to him. Besides, all of us need a new income stream with Otohime land shut down.
Don't get your hopes up. The warehouse mostly hires Liumang guys. They're suspicious of Japanese people. I doubt you'll get through the door.
Then it's time to ask our old friend for another favor.
You mean Kanbei-san at Hello Work? Yeah, that guy's got connections. I'm sure he could hook us up with a measly warehouse gig.
It'd be nice to make some money again.
Seriously, I'm totally behind getting both intel and money. That's just being efficient.
Moving freight is no job for a woman, sweet cheeks.
Oh, really? You do realize that hostesses have to do a lot of manual labor, too.
They'll have a job for everyone. Let's meet at Hello Work first thing in the morning.
Yeah, let's call it a day and head back.
Hey, fellas.
What?
For real? You're not gonna tell Mabuchi-san about me taking money from the bums? He scares the shit out of me, to be honest.
Do I have to keep repeating myself? We won't tell. Why'd you finally come clean about Mabuchi's business anyway?
I felt like I owed you something, since you weren't gonna rat on me.
Hey, I'm just glad you trusted me, man. Thanks for not being a prick.
Yeah.
Oh, but while I'm at it, lay off harassing the ladies, would you?
Sure, I'll tone it down to just kissing and groping. That work for you?
Ichiban, let's kill him and be done with it.
Okay. It's all off the table unless I get their permission first. Is that good?
Hey.
Yo.
Got it.
有意见吗？你想怎样啊？请
Show me what you got.
Here we go.
I got this. Have fun with this. Take your
I'm not that
shot.
good.
Let's go. Yeah. Going. Victory.
看什么看了？想被揍扁了？
舐めるな。
Try this on for size.
I got this.
Feel this one.
Hora, Kuyo. I'm up.
You're gonna get stunned.
You wanna go? Okay. Let's go. The enemy is defeated. So itchy.
Here we go.
We're in it now. Yeah.
I'm not backing down.
Next time.
Should I open it? Got it.
Stand a chance.
Check this out.
Let's go. Cool.
Here we go.
Okay. Take your best shot. Good luck next time.
Right.
Don't get cocky. Let's go. The enemy is defeated.
what you got.
Here we go.
Let's go. Puyo. I'm up. Fish in a barrel.
Right.
I got this. Stand a chance.
Here we go.
Let's do it. Cool. So itchy.
Right.
Don't get caught. Yeah. Weak. I'm up. The enemy is defeated.
Here we go.
Let's go. Take shots. Cool. Let's go.
I'm not back yet.
Okay. I got this.
You're gonna get stoned. Right. Here.
Thank you. I'm up. Yeah. Better luck next time. Stand a chance.
Here we go.
Let's go. Take your best shot. Cool. Yeah. Let's go.
think we're safe now. Time to head on back for the evening. See you in front of Hello Work tomorrow.
Hold on. Who's up for a nightcap in the room?
Wow, it doesn't take you long to make yourself at home, Adachi-san.
This is really nice to see.
What is?
How you all seem thick as thieves already.
Really? It's not like we've known each other that long.
This is just how guys are, Sachan. Now, let's go home. Be careful on your way back.
She'll be fine. If someone attacks her, he'll end up in worse shape than she will.
That's right. I pity the man who messes with me.
Me too. Good night.
Hey.
Forget something? Was I holding something in my purse for you?
No, it's not that. I was thinking... Look, our place is cramped and kind of dirty, but...
But...
If you don't mind that sort of thing, want to come stay with us?
Are you sure?
Yeah, as long as you don't take one look at it and run out screaming. It is pretty filthy.
You're a nice guy. You know that?
Me?
Never mind. Thank you. Wait, is this?
Yep. Don't judge too harshly now.
We get to stay on the second floor in exchange for protecting the place from Bleach Japan.
I didn't even know there were places like this in Ijincho.
Haha, you finally sweet-talked a girl into coming here? Who's the lucky lady?
It's not like that.
Not at all. And I'd hardly call anybody invited here lucky.
So you're just a friend of these guys?
Yeah, I am. I'm betting big on them. You might say my life is a chip in their pile now. That's pretty much our relationship, isn't it?
Sachan.
Well, if you think it's a smart gamble.
I certainly do. I hope none of you are out to prove me wrong.
I mean, we'll sure as hell try not to.
Hey!
For real?
Hey ya.
何か言いたいことでも。
Stand a chance.
Right.
Let's go. I'm up. So itchy. Oh. Yeah.
Arigatou Yeah.
はい。
no.
Here we go.
You're weak. Alive. Let's go. Cool. Next time. What's that sound? What now? Oh, he's hammering a straw doll to the persimmon tree. Wait, persimmon tree? Ah! Hey! What the hell do you think you're doing?
None of your business. I'm casting a hex. Now scram!
Yo, hold up, man. You stop that hex right now! Then why you gotta hurt the tree?
You'll never understand how I feel. I'm gonna cast a hex. On her.
Her?
Yes, on Hitomi. My classmate. And my girlfriend.
You're putting a curse on your girlfriend? What the hell for?
I finally realized she never cared about me. I caught her kissing my senpai from the soccer team. Right here in front of this tree!
For fuck's sake. Of all places for the shit to go down.
So I'm casting a hex. Hammering this doll right into their special spot.
Oh, wait. I know it really sucks for your girl to have betrayed you like that, but this won't solve anything. She might have had a reason for doing what she did.
Are you taking her side too?
Huh?
Nobody understands how I feel. Everybody always takes her side.
No, that's not what I mean.
Enough! I'll cast a hex on anyone who sides with that traitor! And you're first, Shrubby!
You look weak. Right.
それでは。
You'll try this on for size.
Let's go! Yeah! So itchy.
Stand a chance.
Right.
Come on.
Okay.
I'm not backing down.
The enemy is defeated. Killing me.
What?
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So.
Got it. Excuse me. My name is Kasuga.
I know. You're the director's favorite formerly homeless go-getter, aren't you? Am I right in assuming that you're here to find work again now that Otohime Land is shut down?
Yeah, so what should we do now?
Since this is the first time you'll be using our services without going through the director, let me explain.
Yeah, and thanks a bunch.
Okay, take a look then. That about covers it. I'll be able to place you in more jobs once everyone starts gaining experience. Your options are a bit limited right now, but you'll find many more jobs are available once you've made some progress.
I gotcha.
Anyway, here's what I have at the moment. Of course, you're responsible for any adjustments you must make when you change jobs.
Roger that. So this is how we change jobs.
Yes, just talk to me when you want to try out something new. There's no limit to the number of times you can switch, and you can always resume your previous job too. You may even want to try a bunch out to see which one feels right for you.
Nice. I definitely didn't think it'd be this easy to switch jobs.
Well, that's in part due to how I'm only able to offer you easy jobs right now. And because I'm the one handling all the paperwork. Just keep that in mind.
Sure. I'll remember that.
And that'll do it, I think. Now, as for that part-time job at the Yokohama Trading Company, which you and the director spoke about, they called us to say you're hired.
No, really?
Yes. They'd like to start you straight away. Right now, even. The warehouse you'll be working in is north of Hamakita Park. It's not exactly walkable, so I'd recommend taking the train.
Got it. Thanks, Ririka-chan. We'll be back when we need to change jobs. Looking forward to it.
Ririka-chan? I'm glad you're so excited. Please come by any time.
Here we go.
I got this.
Yeah.
Show me what you got.
Right. I'm ready now.
Let's go.
Okay.
Cool.
You're gonna be in a world of hurt.
I'm up.
Here we go.
Next defeated. Nice. Look at me go.
Right. I'm ready now.
We're in it now.
Yeah.
I'm not bad.
Let's go. Wanna fight?
Here we go. Right. I'm ready now.
I feel the stats going up!
Nice!
Come on! Get in line! Move it! All right, boys! Warm up!
Move fast! We got another shipment coming in right behind this one.
All right. You got one job and one job only. The freight comes in, you unload it and sort by destination. If you're slow, slacking, or sucking, you get a visit from me. You, lady.
Yes?
Can you read and write?
I can.
Add and subtract?
Yes, sir.
Good. You're on office duty.
Thank you, sir.
You're incredible, Adachi-san.
This is nothing.
Well, don't go so hard you run out of gas like Namba did.
He's just being a wimp.
Oh, man. Why does Saiko get the desk job? I can do math, too.
Hey, why don't we see what's inside these boxes? What the hell?
They're shark fins.
The expensive kind? Or the crappy ones?
How would I know? This is dried abalone. That's expensive. Never had it myself.
What the heck? This is just paper.
Do they use paper in Chinese food?
In the food? That'd be weird.
Well, Japanese cooking uses washi paper to steam things, so maybe China has something similar.
Hey! What are you doing over there?
Sorry. We'll get back to work.
So listen, after the freight's unloaded, a sales rep from the tanker will bring the invoice.
A sales rep?
From the company that sold us the product. It'll be your job to process the invoice and get them paid.
很高兴这次的合作十分顺利。
Here we are. This is the invoice.
Hold on. I never said I could read Chinese.
It doesn't matter. You can read the total, can't you? The money's in the safe. It's self-explanatory.
谢谢。我下星期也会再带好东西过来的。
That was... How much was that in yen?
About 8 million.
You paid 8 million in cash?
That's how we get such good deals on products. We pay in a single lump sum, cash, in yuan. The seller gets all their money right away, and avoids paperwork. That's why these mainlanders are willing to sell to us at a much lower price than usual.
Cash is king.
And just in case it crossed your mind, don't even think of skimming any cash. We keep our eyes open in this warehouse. You pull anything funny, you'll be sorry you ever set foot here.
Sir, I wouldn't dream of stealing.
Hey.
Seriously? Huh? Yo.
Right. I'm ready now.
Let's go! Take your best shot.
You're gonna get stomped.
Cool. Don't get cocky. Let's go.
Why do I bother? Come on.
You good to go?
Yeah.
The enemy is defeated.
Show me what you got.
Here we go.
You're in it now.
I'm ready now.
Want to fight?
Okay.
I'm not that.
I'm up. I got this.
Right. Here we go. I'm ready now.
Let's go. Yeah.
You're gonna be in a whirl.
Let's go.
Cool. I'm not backing down.
Next time. Nice. Look at me go. You know you are not scared. You're in it now. Don't get caught. Let's do it. Okay. That's better. I got this. Yeah. Go in it.
Here we go.
The enemy is defeated. Mission apparent.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not backing down.
Don't get caught. Let's go. Wanna fight? Cool.
Here we go.
Okay, go.
You're gonna get
Good luck next time.
So itchy.
Hmm? For real?
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh! You bastard!
Huh?
Chance.
Right. I'm ready now.
That's how you do it. You okay, Kuroi?
Kuroi-san, are you hurt? I'm so sorry. My actions put everyone in danger. I had no love for him anymore. But I kept lying to myself because I was scared of being hit again. But when I saw Kuroi-san working so hard to change his life around, I knew I had to make a change too. In the end, I'm the one who caused all this trouble.
It's not your fault, Shirakawa-san. Anyway, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. This is nothing new.
Forgive me. I should have noticed sooner. Honestly, this whole experience has been rather eye-opening. I've realized I still can't do anything by myself. There's something I have to tell you, Shirakawa-san.
About what?
I've still got a lot to learn, and I'm not exactly strong enough to protect you just yet. But I'll change. My entire life, I've always given up whenever things get tough. I was so afraid of failure. But I'm not gonna give up on myself anymore. I'm gonna change. I'm going to get a proper job and become a proper man. I'll become a man worthy of you and do everything I can to make you happy. So, do you think you could wait for me until then? Sorry. I know it sounds like a lot. Unlike me, you've actually got a future ahead of you.
Yes, well, in that future, I see myself with you, Kuroi-san. In fact, I'm almost certain about it.
Huh?
I'll wait for you. So, when that time comes, you think maybe we can catch a movie?
Oh, of course! I'd love to take you to the movies.
Looks like those two may just work out after all. Good luck, Kuroi.
Shit! I thought this fucking lube was shampoo.
Yeah, refreshing. Crap, you're already out of the bath? Sorry.
Kasuga, relax. I know what a naked man looks like.
Cool, then. Where's Adachi-san and Namba?
I'm probably still washing up. Anyway, I was looking into today's price list. Those ingredients that came in were purchased at some pretty hefty prices. Like what you'd expect for high-class stuff.
Must be primo, then. Guess they aren't lying to the restaurants about the quality.
Nope. I mean, I'm sure they get a small discount for paying in cash, but they're doing everything above board, far as I can tell.
Damn.
The only weird thing is how much they're reselling the ingredients for.
What's weird?
Like, take the shark fins. They buy 100 grams for 10,000 yen. How much would you sell them to a restaurant for?
To make a decent profit on them... 20,000?
Well, the Yokohama Trading Company sells them for just 10,000.
What? Wait, they buy it for 10,000 yen, then sell it for 10,000 yen? That doesn't make any sense. How are they turning a profit?
Right? Unless it's volunteer work or something, I don't get it.
How are they even staying open? Don't they at least need to cover their overhead?
Not only have they stayed open, their profits have gone up over the years. For the life of me, I can't figure out how. I wish I could look at their ledger and not just their invoices.
What would that tell you?
I don't know, but I think I'd find signs of tax evasion.
Don't do anything that would give yourself away. This is the Yokohama Liumang, remember?
I'll be fine. But you're really that worried about me?
Of course I'm worried.
Why?
'Cause we're buddies.
'Cause we're buddies. Huh.
What? It's a good thing, ain't it?
I've never really had someone that I could call a buddy. I always just kinda thought movies and manga made that stuff up. Or at the very least, it was something I'd never have.
Well, you were wrong, because now you've got us on your side.
Awesome.
Remember, you need good party members to beat Dragon Quest.
Isn't that a video game?
Well, yeah, but... you know what I mean.
You're a weird one.
I can live with weird. It's true, anyway.
Well, thank you, Kasuga, for making me one of your buddies.
What's up? Someone dying here?
Huh? Oh, we were just...
Well, hey, seeing as we've got a long, hard road ahead of us, let's knock back some drinks.
Sure. On whose tab?
Well, there's the pay bonuses the boss left us.
Come on, man. We gotta save those for a rainy day.
Oh, why be so cheap? The boss is in the afterlife right now, yelling at us to live while we can.
You're full of shit. I say we don't do it.
Adachi-san turns a bit feral when it comes to alcohol.
Prostitution's gotta go! No more Ichiban!
It's Bleach Japan.
What the hell? The place is already shut down. What do they want now?
My friends, look at this filthy, evil den of iniquity! Yes, it's an ugly little soapland. Just the other day, our tireless efforts led to the shuttering of this foul place!
Yeah!
This is our victory! The first bricks of the gray zone suffocating this city have cracked and fallen away! But we must not be complacent! We must press on until all the gray zones have been purified!
Yeah! Hey, we're in mourning right now. It's really not a good time.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize there was still vermin lurking around here.
Don't you have any respect for people in grief?
Don't you have any respect for the law? The shop is closed. This building should be vacant.
Right! You heard him. Get out of town, you riffraff.
Keep your protests to shouting. You lay hands on us, there'll be hell to pay.
Hey, did you all see that? This thug's showing us his true colors. He thinks he can use violence to crush the voices of the people. He's obviously living in the past.
Hurry! Let's close up before they start in on us, too!
Where's the Seiryu clan when you need them? What are we paying them protection money for? Get the friggin' heck out of here! People like you are ruining society!
You're all criminals! You're enemies of good people!
Now, get out of our town and don't ever come back. I'm just grateful the owner of this shop finally realized what he truly was. A filth-spreading vector of disease. He did the noble thing by taking his own life.
What did you just say?
What was his name? No, Mia. Just looking at him made me want to vomit. I really can't bring myself to be sorry that he's gone. When I think about that man dangling at the end of a rope. I feel the same way I do when I finish my spring cleaning.
Who do you think you are?
Get the fuck out of here!
Don't. That won't work, Sachan.
Why not?
Too late now, you little tart! You assaulted me! You all saw it! Someone call the police!
Slapping a guy like him never does much. What? This kind of fucker? You gotta hit him like this!
Our leader's down! Let's get in there!
Seriously? You brought bats? What, were you hoping for a quick ball game during the protest?
They were ready to incite violence all along.
We're good to go, right, boss?
Of course. You saw it! They attacked us first! Come on, everyone! This is our moment! Bleach the gray! Akugo Shioyo! Show me what you got!
Right. Check this out!
Take your best shot!
Let's go! Okay. Kinayo!
You're gonna get stoned!
Get caught!
Weak.
Let's go!
Come here!
You're gonna be in a world of hurt.
You wanna fight?
I
Here
got
we go.
this!
Gotta help.
Get alive!
Yeah.
You need to be hurt.
I'm up!
Check this out!
Right. I'm ready now.
Get it up next time!
I feel the stats going up!
Nice!
Someone call the police! Tell them we're being attacked by thugs!
Go away! 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 Go
This isn't over!
Go away!
The memory of today will only strengthen our resolve!
Go away!
We're done playing around! Serves you right! Don't come back!
This is our town!
Good job, everyone!
So inspiring to see you fight evil! Yeah! Remember this day with pride!
They got what was coming to them.
Couldn't let him talk shit about the recently departed like that.
But I'm the one who got us into a scuffle. Sorry, I should have stayed calm.
Nah, don't worry about it. Now we know what they're really about. Besides,
What?
if somebody messes with one of us, they mess with all of us.
Man, that felt good! After all this time, we got to actually do something!
Yeah! I wish those useless bums in the Seiryu clan could have seen that!
Oh, come on, they ain't that bad.
Yes, they are. We can't rely on them. I've realized something. No one's gonna protect us but us. The Yakuza aren't gonna help.
I agree! These dudes are way more reliable than that dumb Seiryu clan!
Yeah! Remember this day
we should be
with
teaming up with
on
you,
you!
not them!
You should teach
I
them
feel
another
way
lesson!
safer with you around.
Hmm?
Is it closed today? Nonomiya-san! It's me, Eri Kamataki!
Can I help you? Are you here for an interview or something?
What? Oh, no. I'm not here for an interview. And you are?
Oh, I'm Kasuga. I guess you could say I used to work here.
Really? You worked here? Oh, well, anyway. Is Nonomiya-san in right now? I'm supposed to meet with him today.
You see, well, it's a little complicated. You know...
No, what?
Well, Nonomiya-san, he died.
What? He's... I don't... He can't be... that's not...
Hey! Oh, shit! I think we're losing her!
Hey! You alright?
Are you feeling better?
I'm so sorry. That was so embarrassing. I've been trying to get a hold of Nonomiya-san by phone for the longest time, but... I never would have guessed he'd passed away.
Yeah, sorry to have freaked you out. By the way, what's your name?
I'm Eri. I'm president of Ichiban Confections.
Well, damn, Mary-chan. You're a president at your age? That's incredible.
Ichiban Confections? Nice! My name's Ichiban too, actually. Ichiban Kasuga. Great minds think alike.
What a coincidence. I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but it also means the best, which is why my grandfather chose it. He wanted his senbei to be the best in Yokohama.
Ah, senbei. Man, I love a good rice cracker. Anyway, how do you know Nonomiya-san?
Well, Nonomiya-san was supposed to step in and take over the company. I came by today to discuss things with him.
What? Nonomiya-san? President of a legitimate business?
I mean, he was a savvy businessman, regardless of what he was selling.
Oh, right. So, Ichiban Confections only sells snacks, right? Nothing, else?
Correct. My grandfather started it back in the day, selling his prized senbei. But after he passed away, my father took over and expanded the business to other confectionaries and restaurants. We actually got to be kind of big, and we even gained a bit of a reputation in Ijincho. Until... Until 3 years ago, when my father succumbed to an illness. My mother passed away when I was a little girl, so we didn't really have anyone we could turn to keep the business afloat. I was still a student back then, but I quit school to come back home. I wasn't about to let the dream my father and grandfather worked so hard to make a reality go to waste. I worked day in, day out to learn the business, but I guess it still wasn't enough. I'm a complete amateur, so managing everything was really difficult. And to make things worse, I got tricked into what I thought would be a good deal for us. Now most of our stores and businesses belong to a bunch of crooks.
That's messed up.
The only thing left is the senbei shop. My father and grandfather would be so ashamed of me. And with the loan I was still paying, staying in charge of the business would have only made things worse. Although I hated the thought, I'd considered closing Ichiban Confections for good. But that's when Nonomiya-san showed up and offered a helping hand. He used to be a regular of the senbei shop. And not only that, but he treated me like a daughter ever since I was a baby. When he heard about how the business was in trouble, he immediately stepped in to help. He paid off my loan in full, and even offered to help run the business, so that my grandpa's senbei could live on.
Oh, crazy. There's no Nomiya being a cool guy on the down low again. He deserved more respect than he got.
Yeah. I thought maybe this was gonna be another one of those exploiter and, force her to work in his soapland situations.
I never saw him interact with his other businesses, but he was always very kind to me.
Well, I can see the guy being irregular, but stepping in to become president? Maybe he just wanted some extra cash.
It's possible, but Nomiya had dreams of his own, you know.
He did?
Yeah, he actually did want to go legitimate. That was his dream for a long time. I had to listen to him talk about it every time he had a few too many. He said he wanted to start up his own business. Create a sort of safety net for Ijincho.
What?
One way or another, Ijincho has become a place for people who have nowhere else to go. So if the floor falls out from beneath a city like this, what would they have left? So, he always talked about how he wanted to create a safety net, one big enough to catch these people from falling away. Apparently, he had the same intentions for Otohime Land as well.
Well, maybe he wasn't so bad after all.
Yes, well, he also pushed his employees too hard, and he had his fingers in a lot of shady stuff, so I could never tell if he was being honest or not.
Looking back, though, his place was the only one that took us in when we had nowhere else to go. Nomiya-san was telling the truth, if you ask me.
I think so too. I always believed in him. After all, he volunteered to take on his struggling senbei shop. I mean, there's plenty of other ways to make money in this town. Anyway, I should get going. I'm so sorry to trouble all of you.
Wait, what about your business?
I think Nomiya-san dying is maybe the final nail.
What?
There's only so much someone like me can do in this position. If I can't find someone more competent to run things, I'll have no choice but to close up shop. Besides, this business will fizzle out sooner or later if I'm left in charge. I should take the hint. I had no place here anyway.
Hey now, is that what you really want? This place is important to you, isn't it? You'd really call it quits after everything your dad and Gramps did for it?
Well, that's not what I want at all. I loved my dad and my grandpa. And I know they poured their hearts into the shop. So it's heartbreaking to close the doors. It really is. But Nomiya-san's gone. And most of my employees left. They knew we were in the red. I don't have anyone else I can count on. No strategy. I'm completely alone. I suppose I'm just reaping what I've sown. It was my own fault for trusting those con artists. What was I thinking? I'm so mad at myself.
Mary-chan.
All right, I got you.
Huh? Oh no.
You don't have to worry about a thing. Just leave all this company stuff to me and the gang.
Really?
But Are you sure?
Yeah, you can count on it. Meeting here like this is too much of a coincidence. And the shop's even called Ichiban Confections. That's gotta be fate. Right, guys?
What are you talking about? You don't know the first thing about running a business.
Come on, we can't just leave it like this, can we? You just leave her hanging? Plus, what about Nomiya-san's dream to become the city's safety net? This can be our way to carry on his torch.
Don't get me wrong, I'm all for it too, but this is actual management we're talking about.
I know, but we owe Nomiya-san our lives, right? He was the guy who took us in when no one else would. I want to help. He gave up everything to save us. And nobody's gonna pick his dreams up off the floor unless we do. Let's just think of this as paying him back.
Ichan.
Paying it back, huh?
Figures you'd say that. Well, we all know there's no change in his mind now. So give it all you got, Ichiban. We'll be rooting for you.
Thanks. Wait, you're gonna help too, aren't you?
Good luck, Ichiban. If anyone can pick up a failing business and use it to save the city, it's you.
I believe in you, Ichan.
Yeah, but what about you guys?
Kasuga-san, you... Are you really sure about this?
Huh? Well, yeah. I don't go back on my word. I'll be your president, prime minister, whatever you need.
Thank you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, Kasuga-san.
Don't mention it. Looking forward to doing this, Sari-chan.
Likewise. Okay then. If it's all right with you, why don't I show you around the company?
Sure. You got this, Mr. President.
Hail to the chief.
President Kasuga!
Come on, guys.
Well, this is it. This is the first floor, which is our little senbei shop.
Oh, have you always been here?
The shop has, but the company itself was headquartered in a much bigger building with a lot more employees before it was taken over. But in the end, the business took a turn for the worse, and we ended up back here. The office is on the second floor. Please, follow me.
Right behind you. Oh, so this is the office.
You'll have to excuse the mess we've got going right now.
Hey, Eri-chan, welcome back. Is this the guy you were texting me about?
Yes. Kasuga-san will be helping with the company in the place of Nonomiya-san. Kasuga-san, this is my grandmother. She's the only family I have left. She helps out with the shop downstairs on days when she feels well enough.
I'm Tomei Kamataki. Nice to meet you.
Tomei-san, huh? I'm Ichiban Kasuga. Nice to meet you too.
Older gentleman. Unique hairdo. Thick build, toned muscles. Quite a boyfriend you've got yourself, Eri-chan.
Grandma? He's not my boyfriend. Were you even listening? Honestly, sorry about that, Kasuga-san.
It's cool. Huh? Whoa! Why is there a chicken here?
That's Omelette, our company pet. Well, I guess she's more like the company mascot. She's a good girl, though. You won't have to worry about anything. In fact, the company uses her eggs.
Oh, right on. Nice to meet you, Omelette.
Okay. Perhaps this would be a good time to go over the basics of management. This is gonna be quite a tutorial, so just let me know when you have the time.
Sure thing.
I'm ready to start your training whenever you are. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right then. Here we go.
We got a job to do.
じゃ、始めますね。
ついてないな。ラッキー。
悪いわね。
仕方ないの。
Here's how the business did. These results are kind of underwhelming.
Oh, we're kind of bleeding money here. Hands are tanking. We'll just have to make up for it.
Our ranking dropped. And that's about all there is to managing a business. So, not too hard, is it?
Yeah, not so bad. Yo, wait up. You're acting like this is in the bag, but we're flat broke. Broke as hell.
You didn't have to put it like that.
Right now, all we have on staff is a bunch of deadbeats. And don't even get me started on the furniture and equipment. Of course we're in the red.
So what can we do?
We'll have to invest. We need to advertise, hire competent staff, get new equipment, maybe some new furniture while we're at it.
And we're gonna pay for all that how?
Good question.
And what the hell do we do?
That's where you come in.
Seriously? What kind of mess did I get myself into? Alright, well, first off, let's think about how we'll get the money to cover the infrastructure and new hires.
I don't know if anyone would be willing to invest in us. I suppose we'll have to take out another loan? And after Nonomiya-san just repaid the last one, too.
Would you know anybody? Someone with money? Or a rich friend? Or maybe someone from your childhood who grew up to be an oil baron?
Look, I'm unemployed and ex-Yakuza. Why would I have... Wait.
What is it?
No, he wouldn't. Would he? That's where I'm at. Come on, Nick. I want to do this. For both the company and Nonomiya-san's sake. I just need a little bit of... financing, I think it's called. Please, man, can you help me out? Huh? You okay there, Nick?
Excellent! Your kindness and consideration for others is truly moving. Color me impressed, downright emotional. Consider it done. I'd be thrilled to invest in your company.
Really? Man, thanks, Nick.
That said, I'm no novice when it comes to management. I can't just throw money at you like it's nothing. If you want the funds, you have to meet my 3 conditions.
Conditions?
Indeed. If you can agree to them, consider the investment yours.
Seriously? Okay, yeah, man, whatever it takes. So, what are these conditions?
First condition, the company must never be in the red. Now, I don't ever want to see a minus next to company funds. And that includes the starting capital I'm about to give you. If I do, I'll have arrangements made to counter this on my end. This is by no means free money, and I am not a charity. Sound good so far?
Yeah, that's fine.
Very well. Second condition. I want the company's share price ranking to be within Yokohama's top 100 by the specified deadline.
Share what now?
Ranking. It's what measures a company's value. If the share price goes up, so does the ranking. And I want your company to be in the top 100. Knowing you and your company's potential, it should be a piece of cake. So the deadline is simply there to keep you motivated. I'll contact you later regarding the deadline. Condition 2 suit you fine?
Yeah. What's condition 3?
The last condition. And you can take all the time you need with this one. I want you to become the #1 company in the share price ranking.
Best of the best, huh?
I want that little confectionery of yours to be the crown jewel of Yokohama. In other words, get out there and get to the top. I'm not willing to invest my money into anyone who can't fulfill these conditions. So, what'll it be?
You got yourself a deal. I don't fully understand it, but I'm gonna do my best. I'll see to it that Ichiban Confections becomes the biggest company in Yokohama.
Then we're on the same page. Okay. With that, I'll go get the first portion of the investment ready for you. You're free to use the money for whatever you like, be that improving infrastructure or personnel logistics and training.
Awesome! Thanks a bunch, Nick.
No need to thank me. I'm expecting some kind of return once your company is good and stable. Looking forward to the results. Well, adios.
Just look at all this money! Wow, boyfriend, you actually did it! I'd be all over you if I was younger.
Gee, thanks, lady. I'll take that as a compliment.
This is amazing! Thank you, Kasuga-san!
Save your thanks for Nick Ogata. Besides, it's not like this came with no strings attached. There are conditions.
No dropping into the red, be in the top 100 share price ranking by the specified deadline, and ultimately take the top rank in share price. These are his conditions?
Yeah, and I'm not about to disappoint the man. I made a promise to fulfill them.
Top 100? That's gonna be tough. So we'll have to make sure we do our very best.
Well, let's start by using this money to get this company back on its feet again. Kasuga-san, just let me know when you're ready to begin.
You got it.
I think it's about time we put Nick-san's money to use and start rebuilding this company. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
Then without further ado, let's begin.
I'll handle it, Sonny.
わかったわ。
縁がありましたらまた。
お世話になったのう。
We got a job to do.
Let's make that den. Pretty lucky. Pretty lucky. Still make it rain.
Here's how the business did. These are incredible results.
Nice. You guys did great out there. Hell yeah! We actually made a profit!
Amazing! We did it! And all thanks to Nixon's investment.
Having an investor makes all the difference, it seems. It just goes to show the importance of where you put your money.
Right. To invest in people or infrastructure. There are so many ways to do this right here and now, but we should also consider how the money can be used in the future.
Money for the future. I guess it all boils down to making the right choice at the right time. There's more to this than I thought.
I'd say we're on the right track, seeing as we made a profit this time. Ichiban Confections is finally making a comeback. Let's continue working our way into the top 100, Kasuga-san. President Kasuga.
You know it.
Hell of a day.
And we've got our gig at the Yokohama Trading Company tomorrow. Again.
Guess we should just head back and hit the hay.
Yeah, it's not healthy to stay up too late.
Who are you, the sleep police? I'll go to bed when I'm ready.
Come on, we're buddies now. So trust me, you need your beauty sleep.
She doesn't have a thing for me, does she? You ever notice how she only picks on me? Maybe that's what she does to men she's secretly attracted to.
Not a chance in hell, old boy.
Hey, how about I make dinner for everyone?
Wow. You can cook?
Like a chef. I'll just go buy some ingredients. Nanchan, come with me and carry the bags.
Nanchan? Here we go.
She sure seems happy about falling in with us.
But what?
I wonder if it's really the best thing for her, you know?
I guess it is a dangerous bridge she's crossing with us. But it's what she wants. Just because she's having a little fun with it doesn't mean she ain't committed. Shouldn't we respect that?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, be back in 2 shakes.
What's up?
Okay, Shay. Next? Let's see... 1 million yuan. Just a minute. No, there's not enough. Excuse me, boss?
What is it?
There isn't enough money in the safe.
Huh? Oh, well, we have had a lot of shipments lately.
不好意思，小偷的现金见底了，下次一起付给你们。
喂，这个当初讲好的不一样吧？
批发价会算你这么便宜，就是因为说好当场付现的。
没钱的话，东西我们可要收回去了。
知道了，我去银行抽钱回来。30分钟后，你们再过来。
这次可要准备好啊！
放心了，相信我。
Wait right here.
Yes, sir.
What the? That wooden box.
What the heck? This is just paper.
Do they use paper in Chinese food?
In the food? That'd be weird.
What? 钱筹好了没?
Oh, it's not here yet.
不好意思，让你们久等了。
What? Counterfeit bills?
Yeah, those have got to be fake.
Unbelievable.
I mean, it's fucking weird, right? Where'd all that extra money come from?
He did have to go to the bank.
No, he went to the second floor. Never set foot outside. I saw him. And when he came back down, he was carrying the case of money.
Could be they've got a safe up there. Who knows how much would be in it?
But then why not move a sufficient amount from there to here? Why did I come up short?
There's always the explanation that someone was just lazy.
If all he needed to do was go up to another safe, he wouldn't have asked for half an hour.
Good point.
Let me get this straight. When the vendor asked for payment, there wasn't enough cash.
So then the boss got more money from somewhere in this building.
And that's where the box comes in, remember? There was a box with paper in it, next to the ones with shark fins and abalone and stuff.
Yeah. Just reams and reams of paper.
Before he paid the guy, the foreman took that paper up to the second floor.
Wait. Are you saying the paper is...
It's what they use to print the fake money. They make that shit right there.
You think they have that kind of printer?
They've gotta.
What, and all the stuff they're importing, they just buy it with their fake-ass money? I don't know. Seems like a damn foolish plan.
But it's possible. They do make all their payments up front with cash. That's really unusual in this day and age, especially with the sales volume they have.
Another good point.
There has to be some reason why they would refuse to use a bank. And I think their big profits tell the same story.
Me too.
Maybe it sounds believable to you two, but not to me.
But it's right there. The reason they pay in cash is to use their fake money. Can't do that with a bank. That would also explain why they're able to sell at cost. The profits would be crazy doing it this way.
I mean, after all, they're essentially getting their product for free. Plus, the seller takes the fake bills to China, where they won't be traced back to Japan. That's bold, but in a way, airtight. Mabuchi's a sharp guy.
Maybe his primary goal is to hide where the money comes from.
What, you mean money laundering?
When I was in prison, I heard some guys in my room talking. They said foreign currency is easier to fake than yen. But the problem was, you have no way of turning that fake money into yen. If you take it to the bank, they'll know it's fake right away. Maybe that's why Mabuchi is laundering the shit with a cash-only trading company.
The products are just a front for the money laundering.
Sounds like we have a lead on Mabuchi's fraudulent scheme. Let's use this to threaten him. We've got leverage now.
Wait, this is all just speculation so far. We need to find solid proof that he's counterfeiting money. Proof that will really force his hand.
What if we snuck up to the second floor and took a picture of the money printer?
No way would it be that easy. If they have a printer up there, security on that floor will be tight as hell. And if we get caught, it won't just be a slap on the wrist, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's not do anything super dangerous. We only need to sneak out one fake bill. Psycho, you already have access to the fake money.
Yeah, but didn't I tell you about the body check they do on me when I leave? Now I see why. They're doing that to ensure I don't take any of the fakes.
Okay, but they don't check us guys. We're just unloading crates. Could you slip us a bill while we're working?
I could try.
You have to be really careful.
Of course.
Nice. Tomorrow I can say goodbye to all this manual labor.
I'm actually feeling kind of excited about this plan.
Then I'll make us an exciting dinner tonight. We'll all need our energy. Nanchan, we're going shopping again.
Me again? I'm beat.
No worries, I'll go.
Ichiban, you used to be a Yakuza, right?
Yeah.
Your old life must have been a scary one. Was it hard on you?
Guess so. But what counts as scary is different for everyone, isn't it? And, you know, it changes over time and all that.
Yeah, I understand. I'll tell you something. The old me would have no idea what to do in this situation. But the new me? It feels like she can do anything. Or at the very least, what used to scare her just doesn't anymore.
Sounds great. But you still gotta remember what actually is dangerous and be careful.
You worry too much. Come on, let's go.
Chance!
Here we go.
Yeah. Good luck next time.
Sorry to disturb you during your recovery, Hanayama-san. Can you tell us what happened out there?
Hanayama-san, have you had any further contact with Anzai-san since the incident?
No, none at all. Just an apology from a representative.
Anzai-san insists the play was entirely his doing.
He performed a dangerous slide despite the fact that he was in the clear already. How did you see things, Hanayama-san?
That's not far off, but I don't believe he made that call on his own.
We understand that Anzai-san is an old friend of yours. What sort of player was he back then?
They say playing as number 4 next season's a fool's errand. What are your thoughts on that?
There are even rumors Anzai-san will be leaving the Yokohama Shark Stars.
Hey, please, no pushing.
Hey, this shit's serious. You alright, man?
Thanks.
Hanayama-san, we still have some questions.
Hey, aren't you gonna apologize for pushing him over?
Yeah, I didn't!
Assholes! This guy's injured and you don't even think to say sorry?
I'm sorry.
Sheesh. You guys are hopeless.
Thank you.
Can you stand? Here, grab my shoulder.
Thank you. Kasuga-san, was it? I'm Hanayama. Might not look it right now, but I'm actually a baseball player.
So, that leg, that because of your friend Anzai? Being an athlete's not all it's cracked up to be, huh?
You could say that. This whole thing is really starting to make headlines. You haven't heard?
Sorry, I tend to keep my distance from that stuff. From what the reporters were saying, Anzai acted on his own.
I don't think so. He's not the type to do something like that.
Pretty kind words about a guy who put you in a cast.
We were in the same baseball club from elementary all the way through high school. His accuracy's always been perfect, so no way this was an accident. But he cared about the team with all his heart. Was always a true sportsman on the field. He put the bond with his teammates above all else, even winning. I just can't believe this thing was all his idea.
Even if that were true, he's still the one who made the play, right? You saying someone ordered him to do it?
I'm thinking it was the Yokohama Shark Stars' shifty manager. That's Anzai's team, if you didn't know.
The manager? Why do you say that?
Since the new manager stepped in, the Shark Stars have been locked in second place. That's not gonna change anytime soon. Hell, people were saying the new manager would have to retire before the ink on his contract dried. Must have got a win, of course. And if they could pull off winning the last game, they probably would have won the season.
So the guy got impatient and ordered Anzai to take you out. I'm guessing there's some reason Anzai couldn't say no, right?
That's what I'm thinking. But Anzai swears he did it on his own. Speaking of which, I'm surprised you're willing to hear me out. Anzai's basically public enemy #1 right now.
Even if he is your friend, nobody'd be willing to defend someone they knew was lying.
I like you, Kasuga-san. You know what's up. It makes me think I could trust you with a favor.
A favor?
I'd like you to meet with Anzai and find out what really happened. With the shape I'm in, I can't exactly hop across town.
Meet with Anzai? But if you can't even get to him, how can I?
There's a place on Hamikaze Street he hangs around in. Usually in disguise. Probably there now.
In disguise? You sure he'd want you sharing that?
I'm sharing because you did me a solid. Because you don't just believe whatever the mob believes. Rare thing. Look, I'll make it worth your while if you help me out with this.
Like I'm gonna say no after all that? Yeah, fine. I'll go ask him for you.
Ah, thanks, Kasuga-san. Ah, here, let me give you this. His looks might have changed a bit, but this should help you find him. I'm counting on you, man.
Off to Hamikaze Street.
Mission apparent.
Right.
Okay.
The enemy is defeated!
Well, the persimmon looks alright. I wonder how Kaneko-chan is doing. I hope her surgery went okay.
Kasuga-san.
Huh? You're Kaneko-chan's father. How's Kaneko-chan doing?
The surgery go all right? Huh? No, don't tell me.
Kanako, come here.
Hanako-chan. Wait, she's all better now?
She is. She used to always stare out the window with such a hopeless look in her eyes. But these days, that look's been replaced with a smile. Her surgery was a great success, and she's even up on her feet again.
No way! That's great!
She wanted to come say thank you.
To me?
Thank you, Kasuga-san. You protected the persimmon for me.
Nah, no need to say thanks.
No, I had a lot of fun watching you. Fighting a sumo wrestler, getting shot by a toy gun, comforting that witch boy, and all to protect the persimmon. I couldn't help but laugh, and it made me realize there's so much to see out there. It gave me the hope to keep going.
Oh yeah? Guess it was all worth it then.
There was also a part of me that wanted to skip the surgery just so I wouldn't miss out on the drama.
Hey, good thing you didn't.
I'm just kidding.
Well, it's nice to see you happy.
I should also thank this tree. I'm still here, thanks to this persimmon.
Yeah, you're right. Well, what do you say we eat it?
Huh? You want to eat it?
You don't need it anymore, right? Besides, look how good it looks.
You've wanted to eat it this whole time, haven't you?
You got me. Hang on a sec. Oh yeah, look! It's nice and ripe. You want dibs, Kanako-chan?
I'll have some after you. You should go first since you worked so hard to protect it.
You sure? Okay then, here goes. Oh. Ugh. This is one of the bitter ones, huh?
I thought so.
You mean you knew? Come on, Kanako-chan.
Right. Yeah, okay. Thanks for letting me know.
What's up, Sachan? Looking kinda down there.
Oh, Ichiban.
Something happened on the phone?
Just, more Nanoha drama. I'm starting to get all too clear a picture of that jerk she's dating.
Oh yeah, Katsuragawa, right? The consulting guy, or whatever.
The girls from the club looked into him. They saw him with Nanoha on a date. Look at this picture they took.
And that's Nanoha and Katsuragawa?
Yeah. Doesn't he look shady as hell? What is she thinking?
Hey, I get what you're saying, but you can't judge someone just from the way they look.
Okay, take a look at this picture then. See the guy in the background with the sunglasses? His name's Yamashita, and he's like the bodyguard in Katsuragawa's creepy little posse.
Bringing a bodyguard on a date? Yeah, that's definitely out of the ordinary.
You think? And to make matters worse, the girls told me the conversation he had with Nanoha. It was 100% bad news. I'm sure Katsuragawa has it in for her.
What do you mean? What did you girls hear?
Katsuragawa's consulting firm isn't doing so hot right now, so he wants to borrow money from Nanoha.
How much?
2 million.
He decided a date was a good time to ask for a huge loan? I think even I've got more game than this guy. But anyway, Nanoha said no, right?
I mean, she needs that money to support her dad.
Actually, when my dad switched facilities, Nanoha found out she had a little more spending money. Apparently, she's already lent him 500,000, and now he's asking for 2 million more.
Seriously? Good. Even if Nanoha has that much to spare, she should be saving it for her future.
And Katsuragawa knows that. But somehow he found out Nanoha used to work at Otohime Land.
He did?
So he asked her to go back and start making bank again.
What?
And this is the guy who didn't even bother to help her when she was in trouble. In fact, I think he basically stopped calling her right after Dad started to need round-the-clock care. But now that that's dealt with, and Katsuragawa knows about Nanoha's stint at the Soapland, he's trying to schmooze his way back in.
I mean, Nanoha's not an idiot. She can always just change the subject whenever he asks for money, can't she?
Don't you remember how she wanted to go out with him way back when I first said no? She was head over heels for him back then. I don't know how she feels now, but it sounded like she held off on saying yes or no, but I'm afraid she might actually go back to the Soapland.
You think so? Damn, this guy's a piece of work. If he really does roll with a biker gang, it must be he has the shit stuck on their tires. What other kind of guy would be pushing his girlfriend to work at a Soapland? To cover for his failures?
So you're having the exact same thoughts as me. Nice to know I'm not crazy.
Crazy? Sajan, even if he wasn't such a bastard, Nanoha could still do better. We gotta get him away from her, before she gets scammed and hung out to dry.
But Nanoha never listens to me. She's not about to start now.
How long has it been since you tried convincing her to break up with Katsuragawa? 7, 8 years, right?
Yep, and it sparked the huge fight.
What exactly did you say to her back then?
I don't actually remember too well. It got heated so fast.
Well, what if that was the problem?
What?
When you use strong emotions to try and persuade someone, they just give you strong emotions right back. What if this time you kept it cool and gave her a few good logical reasons to dump Katsuragawa? Act like you're neutral about it, you know?
You're right. If I get myself or her all worked up, it'll only make it harder for her to think clearly. That's great advice. Thank you. I'll lay it all out calmly this time.
Great. Do that, and don't give up.
Sorry to make you listen to all my family drama, Ichiban.
It's no problem. I care about Nanoha too. She's my ex-coworker after all.
Still, thanks.
No way is this over. Wonder what'll happen. Look at me. I'm just as nosy as Sachan.